I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
Hello people, hello words, and hello Philippines. It's Megan guys. Let's talk vlog. Shout out sa lahat ng mga Marcos leaders and supporters. But anyway guys, meron tayong upload videos, update sa inyong lahat. Ito po ay ang ceremonial sa signing of bilateral agreement between the Philippines and the EU. Na kung saan guys talaga nakakamangha itong nangyayari sa Marcos administration sapagkat sabi ko nga more blessings to come sa Marcos administration. Ito na naman guys, $1 billion na naman ito At nakakamangha din sapagkat mismo guys ang presidente ng European Union ang bumisita sa ating mahal na Pangulo. Ito guys kakaiba sapagkat kilala ito at makapangyarihang babae sa mundo. Ay nako, naloka ako, kakaiba itong mga besa. Suportado ng EU ang bansang Pilipinas. Kaya manigas ang mga sakang dyan kung may tangka sa atin siyempre handang tumulong ito. Ganun pa man mga kababayan, saksihan natin itong video na ito ay magkakaroon ng sign agreement tungkol dito sa green economy. Agay! More jobs to come. So, kakaiba si Pangulong Marcos Jr. But before that, mga kababayan, ay panuorin po natin at saksihan ang pagkaka-sign sa sign agreement. Agay. At pakinggan nyo guys yung press conference ni Madam Presidenta Ursula at ang ating mahal na Pangulo kung ano ba talaga ang kanyang layunin. Malalaman at mapakinggan nyo sa kanyang mungkahi, ika nga. So, but before that, don't forget to like and subscribe and simply hit the button bell para lagi kayong update sa aking mga upload videos. Salamat guys. Bye, bye, bye. Babus!
Honorable members of the Philippine and European Commission delegations, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we shall witness the signing of the joint declaration between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and the European Union on the Green Economy Program in the Philippines by the Honorable Maria Antonia Yulo Loizaga, Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources of the Republic of the Philippines, and His Excellency Luc Peron, Ambassador and Head of the European Union Delegation to the Republic of the Philippines. Witnessing the signing of the joint declaration are His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Her Excellency Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the following Philippine Cabinet officials: Honorable Enrique Manalo, Secretary for Foreign Affairs; Honorable Retired Chief Justice Lucas P. Bersamin, Executive Secretary; Honorable Alfredo Pascual, Secretary of Trade and Industry; Honorable Benjamin Jokna, Secretary of Finance; Honorable Jaime Bautista, Secretary of Transportation; Honorable Ivan John Uy, Secretary of Information and Communications Technology; Honorable Arsenio Balisacan, Secretary of the National Economic and Development Authority; Honorable Secretary Antonio Ernesto F. Lagdameo Jr., Special Assistant to the President; Honorable Secretary Cheloy Velicaria Garafil of the Presidential Communications Office. We also wish to acknowledge the presence of European Commission officials, namely Mr. Bjorn Seibert, Head of Cabinet of the President of the European Commission, Mr. Eric Mammer, Chief Spokesperson of the European Commission, and Ms. Martina Legrand, Policy Coordinator for External Relations at the Cabinet of the President of the European Commission. At this point, may we now request Secretary Loizaga and Ambassador Veron to sign the joint declaration between the Government of the Republic of the Philippines and the European Union on the Green Economy Program in the Philippines.
Wow!
You may now be seated, ladies and gentlemen.
Another blessing ito mga kababayan. Naku po. Another blessing sa Marcos administration, biro niyo yan. Congratulations sa ating lahat mga kababayan. Yehey!
Thank you, Excellencies and Honorable Secretary. We shall now proceed with a photo session to commemorate the ceremony. Thank you once again, Excellencies and Honorable Secretary. This brings the signing ceremony to a close. May we request everyone to remain in their seats while we take a short break before proceeding to the next part of the program. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, the honored members of the European Commission and Philippine delegations, members of the Malacanang Press Corps, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Madame von der Leyen and I concluded a successful and productive bilateral meeting. This is the first visit to the country by the President of the European Commission. But during our meeting, we discussed economic relations with particular focus on revitalizing trade between our two regions. I welcome the conduct of this year of the scoping exercises between the European Commission and the Philippines towards negotiations for a Philippines-EU free trade agreement. The Philippine government experts will work with the European Commission in achieving a bilateral FTA. On development cooperation, we committed to conclude a financing agreement on the Green Economy Program in the Philippines, a grant worth 60 million euros, which aims to support the Philippines in areas such as circular economy, renewable energy, and climate change mitigation. I likewise acknowledge the EU's staunch support for the Bangsamoro peace process, as well as the development of the country in areas such as rule of law, injustice, agriculture, space cooperation, and disaster management. I also thank the European Commission for their decision to extend the recognition of the STCW certificates issued by the Philippines, as this has a positive impact on the employment of more than 50,000 Filipino seafarers working on board EU flag vessels. As I mentioned to Madam President von der Leyen, the Philippines and the EU are like-minded partners through our shared values of democracy, sustainable and inclusive prosperity, the rule of law, peace and stability, and human rights. The continued exchanges between Her Excellency and myself, which started in Brussels last year, is a testament to our joint desire to bring our bilateral relationship to greater heights. Let this be a new beginning for the strengthening and the deepening of all our ties with the EU and the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Marcos. Thank you very much for welcoming me here in the Philippines. Indeed, it is the very first time that a European Union Commission President is visiting the Philippines, and this on the eve of the 60th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. And I was glad to meet you in Brussels at the end of last year for our very successful EU-ASEAN summit. Today, I'm here to accelerate a new era of cooperation between us. We share so many values and interests. We both want to work towards strengthening our democracies. We believe in the international rules-based order, and we believe in the need to promote and to defend it. So it makes sense to strengthen our ties across the board, and we discussed several ways to do so. First, by taking our trade relations to the next level. The European Union is already your fourth largest trading partner, and we are the first foreign investor, but we can do so much more. So I'm very glad that we have decided to relaunch negotiations for a free trade agreement. Our teams will get to work right now on setting the right conditions so that we can get back to the negotiations. A free trade agreement has huge potential for both of us in terms of growth and in terms of jobs. Whether it is on the European continent or here in Southeast Asia, we have all learned the hard way the cost of economic dependencies. we need to diversify our supply lines and make them resilient. And this is a lesson we have learned, and that is what we call de-risking our trade relations. An FTA is the basis for that, but it's also much more. An FTA can be a springboard for a new technology cooperation to modernize the broader economy. Second element we discussed is the fight against climate change. I welcome your ambition to put the Philippines on the path to a cleaner and greener future. We have the same ambition. Therefore, we created in the European Union Global Gateway. Global Gateway is the EU's investment plan for the world for sustainable infrastructure. We want to partner with you on this path.
Wow.
Notably with the Team Europe initiative on the green economy that we just signed here. We will provide financing, expertise, and access to technologies to support you in the transition to a circular economy and the generation of green energy. Team Europe, that is the European Union and the member states, will contribute almost €500 million into this green initiative. The European Union is also supporting your fight against climate change and extreme weather events with its so-called eyes in the sky. This is the Copernicus satellites. We're currently setting up a so-called Copernicus data mirror site within the Philippines Space Agency. And we have just signed an agreement to boost the flow on Earth observation data between us. This is very important for early warning, for example, for extreme weather phenomena and to improve the climate resilience. This is a first in space cooperation in Asia. My third point is on turning the Philippines into a digital hub in the region. Global Gateway will also play a crucial role here, and European companies are ready to come and invest in the Philippines. We will launch this year the digital economy package for the Philippines. That is, we will work together on fast and reliable connectivity with submarine cables, on cybersecurity training, and on deployment and development of 5G. We are also working on a possible extension on a submarine cable that we plan to build between the European via the Arctic to Japan. And this cable could go all the way down to Southeast Asia. And we believe that it could go via the Philippines. That would give you a strategic position on an infrastructure that could be instrumental both for your prosperity and national security. We will stay in close contact on this. My fourth point is on critical raw materials. We need them for our clean and digital future. Here too, the Philippines have a great potential, and we want to work in partnership with you. So let us start by identifying projects that we would develop your local mining industry, supporting your communities, and that contributes to a secure global supply of critical raw materials. Our existing partnerships on critical raw materials do not only invest in extraction, but across the whole value chain. We share technology and knowledge, we train the local workforce, and we empower local communities. And of course, we abide by the highest environmental standards. My final point is on cooperating on security. The global geopolitical landscape is changing. It is volatile, it is more threatening. Authoritarian leaders show that they are willing to act on their threats. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine shakes the foundation of the international order. It is in violation of the UN Charter and the fundamental principles of international law, such as territorial integrity and sovereignty. And this is why Europe supports Ukraine's brave fight against the aggressor, because the illegal use of force cannot be tolerated, not in Ukraine, not in the Indo-Pacific. Security in Europe and security in the Indo-Pacific is indivisible. Challenges to the rules-based order in our interconnected world affect all of us. Our societies pay through higher energy bills, through higher food costs. This is why we are concerned about the rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific. The European Union has been very supportive of a free and open Indo-Pacific, because an Indo-Pacific free of the threats of coercion is key to all our stability, to our peace, and to the prosperity of our people. The European Union underlines that the 2016 award of the Arbitral Tribunal on the South China Sea is legally binding, and that it provides the basis for peaceful resolving disputes between the parties. We are ready to strengthen the cooperation with the Philippines on maritime security in the region by sharing information, conducting threat assessment, and building the capacity of your National Coast Watch Center and your Coast Guard. To conclude, we have a broad roadmap to bring our partnership to the next level. Let's use the great momentum we have in our relationship, and many thanks for hosting me here. Thank you.